26 lap, apapun bisa terjadi. Dan ya kita lihat tadi pilihannya aneh banget, medium dan soft. Nah, kita akan lihat nih apakah Paul Espargaro.
1, 2, 3, siapa podium?
Fabio Quartararo, Maverick Viñales, mungkin yang di belakangnya.
Atau KTM hari ini kayaknya ada di podium. Yamaha sih udah tinggal pilih aja, tapi Quartararo kayaknya ya. Oke, GP Mania, siap-siap.
Bring Franco Morbidelli, and Franco, we hope to have you back soon. Here's your front row then for the Dutch Grand Prix. To have opted for that, is that a gamble from number 12? And are we seeing the last of his days as a Yamaha off circuit as well? The most recent winner of the Dutch TT there on pole position. Well, he's called in its time. Bagnaia then third on the grid, looking to try and halt the Yamaha on the opening night. Pole here for the Dutch TT in Assen. Who will experience some Dutch delight in Assen? It's the 90th edition of the headlines off the circuit, with an imminent move potentially to Aprilia in 2022. Quartararo and Bagnaia also on the front row. Marc Marquez go from the second row ahead of Rins, Jack Miller and Aleix Espargaro. And it's Mir, Paul Espargaro, Valentino Rossi on rough rear tyre. Marquez has got to try and use that extra grip early on as he fights his way through from 20th. Brad Binder's always a Sunday child. He make that pole position count. It's the 13th of his MotoGP career. He has rolled the dice. 6-lap Dutch TT. Racing is back here in Assen. We did miss it last year, we really did. We saw a classic years. Viñales the most recent, Marquez then in 18 in that brilliant race. Rossi the year before. Who wins today? 2005, will Maverick Viñales make it back-to-back wins here around this Yamahas, who go into this 26-lap race as the clear favourites, make no doubt about that. Quartararo and Viñales throughout practice. This 10 podiums and counting for Marc Marquez, although if he's to add to that, it would be really miracle stuff from the 7th row, especially on the opening lap. You can smell the flares from the commentary box here down the start-finish unit here in the commentary box. The warm-up lap then about to be complete. Predicted race pace 33 flats. That's based on Fabio Quay top qualifying. Where heroes are made. The TT circuit here in Assen is there's just something magical, something mythical about racing in MotoGP around this world-famous venue. He moved from the back of the grid, 26 laps. The Dutch TT is underway. Good start from Viñales on pole position. Good. Yeah, Viñales now down in 5th place. Alex Rins has rode around the outside of him going into first corner, so it's not the start that Viñales wanted. He got that from Joan Mir as well. He's just gone through on Miguel Oliveira. Through to turn 5 we go then. Further back there is Paul Espargaro just getting nudged, made by number 93. Viñales had already snatched back 4th place from Alex Rins. That's what he needed to do. He knows that there's a risk of that. He's nudged Fabio Quartararo. Look at Nakagami's coming through as well as they head towards turn 9. Quartararo will have the inside line into turn 9. Bagnaia does finally take the lead. Nakagami aggressive then on this opening lap. There's Viñales, the pole man, in 4th. With that stable Yamaha challenging through turn 15, but no room. Pecco Bagnaia has done exceptionally well there to keep Quartararo behind him in where. So we're about to complete the first lap. Pecco Bagnaia, a Moto3 winner, a Moto2 winner here in Assen, and now he leads in Moto to place on the opening lap. Marquez had to do that. He's got that Michelin soft rear tyre. He knows that that will deteriorate rear tyre. He's making it perfectly right now, up to the top 10. Joan Mir trying to find a way through there on Jack Miller. Honda. It wasn't a good first lap for Miguel Oliveira. He's got work to do to make it 4 podiums on the spinning MotoGP. Started 6th. No change at the front. Rins is 5th, Zarco 6th, and Miller in 7th. This is a replay of the start. Araro just chopping off the nose, really, of Maverick Viñales on the approach to turn 1. Yeah, nice move as well, Bright. And Quartararo already stretching their legs. Nakagami struggling to run this early pace. Viñales has not been able to find a way. Rins is just... I can see him in the background, he's stone last. Something happened to Rins then on that lap. A 33-point
leading into turn 9.
It was a move from Zarco then. He's gone through, sitting up Rins.
That's a nightmare for him then. Now then, Bagnaia and Quartararo over half a second clear of Nakagami. Well, just about the soft front tyre. That's a problem already for Maverick Viñales. And he knows as well, he's got the aggressive Joan Zarco behind him.
To the tail end of Pecco Bagnaia. He has the more stable machine. Was that a bike I just heard going down in the back? Ducati out ahead.
Fantastic job. Oh, look at this. The difference is almost embarrassing. The big head shake there. Clinically executed move into the chicane, but he's in hot, he's in wide now, then Bagnaia trying to use the grunt of the cat.
Fastest lap of the race, Zarco in 5th place. He does dig deep when he needs to, the number 5. He's got Jack Miller just behind.
20th to 10th, he's got stuck there now. He's behind Aleix Espargaro on the factory Aprilia.
There's a move there, but it looked a little bit messy.
Yeah, Viñales has got through. I know he's coming under pressure. Thought coming here from Johan Zarco. They'll head towards turn 9 to Bolt. This is where Rins crashed out of the lead a couple of years ago.
Alex Rins wide. On board here with Viñales then, looking back to Johan Zarco, second in the World Championship.
Fantastic. A very hard move by Johan Zarco, racing into Alex Rins. Would have done that to people in the past himself. It was just
and he won his first ever race here, leading the line for Honda at the moment, and Marc Marquez also doing a grand job. He stays 10th for now.
Trying to work his way through the pack. How much will Marc Marquez burn up that soft rear tyre? Looking back at the man in second for this man, Pecco Bagnaia.
Mir and Oliveira find themselves in a precarious position. They could do with finding a way past track.
He's got big problems coming here from Nakagami and Viñales.
Coming up towards turn 5, Maverick Viñales died.
You see now Quartararo, he's opened up that advantage almost 2.5 seconds, so he can just now drop back into the 33. Broke Bagnaia, he always felt like he had the pace to break away, and that's what he's done. And he slipped back into the 33s, and he's still...
Championship, Zarco 36 points behind, Bagnaia 37, and Miller 48. 4 minutes warning.
Yeah, and as if he's not got enough on his plate.
Here comes Nakagami, what a move by the Japanese rider, that was big.
Whirling around underneath him, he just cannot get the power to the ground without that stability through turns 11, 12 and 13.
He hasn't got the pace, but he has got the machine underneath him to be able to put in an excellent defensive job here.
Fantastically well. It's crystal clear, we can see it from the outside where his problems are. Nakagami, Viñales and Zarco behind him.
Well, Viñales and Mir have got good rhythm, but they cannot get through and they've properly got into his rhythm or shown his potential just yet. In the meantime, it's almost 3 seconds the lead now.
Lucio Cecchinello's keeping a very close eye on the lap timings, the speed charts.
For a year or two. Last year, how on earth he wasn't standing on a podium at some point, I don't know, but this has been a good ride so far from a good pace.
In the last 10 laps of races, Germany aside when that decision to run the soft rear tyre backfired, but to Dixon that could be crucial here around Aston.
The helicopter view of the battle for second. Struggling to get past the Ducati of Johan Zarco. Behind those guys, Miller and Aleix Espargaro and Mark.
Actually was a couple of tenths faster than the race leader, but having established that near 3-second gap, which just put him into a great position. There's Ross's
chop off from Quartararo. That was aggressive at the start, and that was just enough. This is on board with Quartararo. This would be a great camera angle.
Yeah, and from that point onwards, he quickly got back through Alex Rins, but since then, he's been sick of the sights of Nakagami's rear tyre.
Here he comes again. Nakagami, look up the inside here. Maverick has got to make a move, but he's not quite close enough. And here comes Pecco again, on the power, on the...
Eyes, Ducati, how much it squats on that rear tyre to get the acceleration when he winds up the power. He almost hit the back of Nakagami.
Heck of a job, Pecco Bagnaia here to hold these guys at bay. He really is.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Up in the right position to do that. It would be so easy for him to be swallowed up here.
And you've got to nail it through 16 exactly what he's doing. He's just making sure that on entry to that final chicane, he's absolutely stopping that Ducati. We're getting a clear illustration of how good that Ducati squatting device is. You can see why the Suzuki boys are
pleading. It's a long lap penalty. He just gone into track limits again. It's Viñales now challenges Nakagami. Viñales pounces. He goes up now into 3rd place, and it will soon over the last couple of corners. Zarco now goes through on him.
All the hard work that Pecco Bagnaia has done, and it's resulting in a long lap warning. 3.6 seconds up the road and long gone. There's your race leader Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia immediately comes in.
Aleix Espargaro gets a challenge there from Mir, sitting up Nakagami. Joan Mir, I think, has just moved up. Oh, is that Miller who's gone down?
He's out.
And Martin has just entered the pit. Jorge Martin has just entered pit lane as well.
He's going to try and get the Ducati going. He was on such a good head in hands. That's a real costly mistake in terms of the World Championship. What a disastrous...
Whilst this has all gone on, now Oliveira's now gone through on Nakagami. What's just happened to Nakagami? Nakagami in the last lap and a half. Well, Marquez is all over the tail now of Pecco Bagnaia as well. So 4 seconds the lead for Quartararo over his teammate Rivera.
Just shows how important that last lap was in Q1 yesterday for Zarco. We didn't think he was going to advance up down to 9th place.
Well, Nakagami looked like a
Well, sometimes Lucio Cecchinello has admitted this himself. If there's been one weak point of Taka Nakagami, it's been his ability to cope. Is it tyres, though, that are costing Taka Nakagami?
This is what happened at turn 5 then, between, he got sat on, didn't he?
Very aggressive, I've got to say, to the Struben. That's where he's having to make a lot of his overtakes, rubbing his racing.
But he's got no choice.
No, exactly. He hasn't won for Austria 2. Jorge Martin has retired. Then this is Aleix Espargaro from Bagnaia.
The American on his first ever visit here to Assen.
Still 9 and a bit laps to go. Still a lot of question marks.
It's in stages like this in the race where you look at someone like Joan Mir and you think, is he perhaps favoured? Marquez side by side there with Taka Nakagami. Aleix Espargaro has fallen behind Pecco.
Front tyre temperature or pressure going through the roof, but Fabio Quartararo's gone.
Let's quickly pop down to pit lane and get some words here from Massimo Rivola.
Gentlemen, and you are the latest news. Is there any truth to the rumour of Maverick coming to ride in Aprilia?
If the rider is on the market, then for sure we are very interested in such a talent. But I think it's a
for Fabio Quartararo, and across the line for Vinales, his fastest lap of the race, a 33 flat. Now, but maybe this race at the front isn't over just yet, with 8 laps to go.
Is there a flag with the orange disc, and Mir's got through on Zarco, and again it's a move he's made at the Struben. He's been lethal into turn. He's always finding something on race day, and Joan Mir now up into 3rd place.
He is wrestling the front of that Suzuki around here. Gap at the front is 3.3 between the 2 Monster Energy Yamaha riders. You just heard from the horse's mouth there, Rivola, pretty much so.
When somebody like Maverick Vinales seems like he wants to join your team, anything to get out of Yamaha, it looks like. Miller by him, and that's Marc Marquez firing up the inside of Aleix Espargaro into turn 15. Espargaro concentrating at this stage of the race, won't he? Every centimetre of his battered body will be in pain. He'll be grimacing inside that showy helmet.
Well, at the Timmer chicane, 7 laps to go. The marshals are going to have to quickly get out, and there are 3 riders, Mir, Zarco and Oliveira, and here come the marshal. Unfortunately, tried to hold on to that one, didn't he? Gutted Ezekiel Ekawona.
We might have had a race of Maverick Vinales made the start and not got dropped back to 4th or 5th on the first lap because he...
There's a replay then of the number 20. Great job so far from the World Championship. His nearest championship contender at the moment, Zarco, back in 4th.
Loose to say the least. Fabio Quartararo head shaking on that factory Yamaha in one of the faster sections of this asset. That might be why Quartararo is dropping into the 33.8s with the big head shake, because straight away he's a
Monster Energy Yamaha team.
Jerez 10th to 5th, Mugello 9th to 3rd, Catalunya 10th to 4th. He loves... This has been another absolutely top ride.
Well, he's trying to keep himself in contention, isn't he? He's waiting for Suzuki to come.
Belum race Dutch GP ini diselenggarakan. Jadi dia bilang katanya, hari ini aku nggak pengen cari menang, aku pengen senang-senang aja. Flawless.